to another video. My name is Miss Sam and I'm so happy you have joined me today. Today is April the 12th. It is April the 12th, 2020 and it is Sunday. Now, there is something a little special about today. See, it's not just any Sunday. Can you guys read this word with me? Can you spell it out? E-A-S-T-E-R. Today is not just any Sunday, it's Easter Sunday. Easter, we celebrate Easter to celebrate Jesus dying on the cross for us a long time ago. So a lot of times, normally on Easter, we get up, some of us may go to church, some of us may go look for Easter egg hunts, we may sit down and have an Easter dinner with our families. Now this year, because of COVID-19, we weren't able to do that, which some of us might find kind of sad, but I'm hoping my friends find another way to celebrate Easter this year and have some fun with their families. Well, this year's Easter, the weather was a little gloomy. It was sunny and sometimes, but it was pretty cloudy today. But even though it was kind of gloomy outside, I did get a chance to check on our plant friends. Our yellow flower friends are still big and strong. They are getting plenty of sunlight and plenty of rain. Do you, my friends, remember those baby plants we were looking at last week? Well, look at them now. They're still kind of little, but they've gotten bigger by several inches. In another few weeks, they should be big enough where we should be able to figure out what kind of plants they are. It is so cool seeing all these plants grow big and strong, isn't it? Now, I'm sure some of my friends out there are wondering, Miss Sam, where do plants come from? They just appear like that? Like magic? No, they don't. Plants, all plants, even the biggest, anywhere from the biggest tree you can think of to the most teeny bitty little plant, all start off as the same thing. They all start off as a seed. Now, some seeds like these are kind of big. Some seeds, like this little itty bitty one, are so tiny that you can barely even see it. When a seed first gets into the ground, it sits in there for a while and soaks up as much water as it can before it can begin to grow. Once it begins to grow, we say it's germinating. Germinating is just a big word for growing. Germinating happens when the seed is able to get good soil, good water, and the sunlight that makes the ground warm for it, that helps it grow. And once it starts growing, down here, it can start making a root. You guys see that root? That root is what anchors the seed. It holds the seed in the ground, the plant in its spot. And that's what starts soaking up the extra nutrients into the water the seed needs to grow some more. And you see this part right here? That's a stem. That's the body of the seed. That starts to grow as well, and it pushes the seed out of the ground. Next, you see over here, the seed, look, the outside of the seed has fallen off. It has roots, it has a stem, and now it's starting to grow some leaves. The leaves are what help it soak in that extra sun the plant needs to grow big and strong. And over here, we have roots. Now we have leaves, we have a stem, and you see those little tiny white things? Those are flowers. Those are flowers which the plant is going to use for later. And up here, the flower is fully in bloom. Its petals are all out. And now it can do what we call pollinate. Pollinating means that the bees come, they bring the flowers the things they need, and they soak up the flower's nectar. And the flower can mix all the stuff in that the seed has brought it, and it can make its own little seed. And once the flower is ready, it releases its seed. And that seed can be planted somewhere else, and it starts over. It goes from seed to germinate, to root and stem, to leaves, to flower, to pollination. Every plant does this. This is called the life cycle of the plant. Isn't it so cool learning about how plants can grow from little seeds to giant plants? Hey, did you know you can actually grow your own plants? This is what you'll need. You'll need some dirt, a trowel or a shovel, and some seeds. Now make sure wherever your plant is going to be, you can get to it easily to water it, and it's going to have plenty of sunshine. First, you're going to need to dig a hole. Now, depending on what kind of seeds and what kind of plant you're planting, the holes may differ. Make sure you look at the back of your packet or you do your research online to figure out what you need to do for your plant. Some may only need 2 or 3 inches. Some may need 6 to 7 inches. It just depends. For mine, I'm going to dig a hole about 3 to 4 inches deep. Next, I'm going to drop my seeds in. Now, again, this is going to differ from plant to plant. Some plants, you will need to have a hole for each individual seed, and others, like the flowers I'm planting, can all share the same hole. Lastly, you're going to need to cover it up. Make sure you're covering it up good and well, because some animals, like squirrels or bunnies or birds, may come looking for your seeds. And there you have it. Your plant is all planted. Make sure you check on it regularly, every other day or so, and make sure that it is watered regularly so it can grow. Now, since it is supposed to rain tonight, I am not actually going to water these right now. However, it is normally pretty good to water your plants as soon as you are done planting them. Isn't it so cool that plants start off as itty tiny seeds? All plants, from the giant trees we have outside to the tiniest flower, and even the things we eat like apples, lemons, broccoli, cucumbers, potatoes, tomatoes, pumpkins, all of those start off as plants. Yes, that's right, you can eat plants. All the fruits and veggies you guys like to eat, those are actually plants. Isn't that just so awesome? And you know, you can get books on plants too, like this garden book I have right here. It tells me all about gardening. And it tells me how I can garden, the different ways I can garden. It tells me all about, like, look, like the different types of garden. Like, this is a desert garden with all kinds of desert plants in it. And then you have stuff like this, like a strawberry plant that you can plant to eat fresh strawberries. Or look at this, telling you how certain plants go from flowers to fruits, and all kinds of things. It even goes on to tell you the different kinds of seeds, the different kinds of plants out there. There are all kinds of books out there about plants, and not just ones about gardening plants. There's just some that just stories about plants and flowers and trees. And parents, I highly encourage you. Right now, unfortunately, with COVID-19, we can't go to our public libraries, which is really unfortunate. But there's always access to public libraries online via ebooks. One of the ebook platforms I like to use is Libby, where you can download free books and you can read them with your child. Any kind of books, gardening books, planting books, books for children about plants. I highly encourage you. Check out Libby and check out what other resources you can use. Wow, I had such a fun time with you guys today. I hope you guys will join me next week. Bye!